Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let me turn on a light here so that way you guys can see me better. So I apologize for the camera framing if it's not real good, because like I said in my last video, I've only got my cell phone to do this with, and eventually I want to get some cameras, maybe like a dash cam and a couple of other cams to put inside, you know, so I have some different camera angles that I can switch between. That will be coming soon, but you know, at some point in the future, because I can't afford to buy it all at once. So for now, I just start with the cell phone, you know, see how things go. In this video, what I want to do is take you inside a truck stop and show you what I do on my off time, aside from sitting out here and watching TV and you know, resting and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I like to get out of the truck, you know, and kind of stretch my legs a bit and you know, move around, get some activity, get some exercise. Yeah, we're gonna go in there. But before I do that, I forgot to tell you on the last video that I would really appreciate it if you guys like these videos, that you could like the video down below, push the like button, and subscribe, because I'd love to see some feedback from you guys. Leave comments. If there's anything you guys want to see in these videos, feel free to comment about that, and I'll see if I can work some of those in. Without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around, and so that you can see where I'm going, and we will go inside the truck stop. So usually, if I'm not already sitting in the driver's seat over there, I go out through the passenger seat, because there's no steering wheel here, and so it's just a lot easier to get through. There's not the steering wheel in the way, and yeah, so that's how I do that. So I'm gonna get out of the truck here and close the door, and security is important. Pardon me. So let's see, take the key here and watch the light. Okay, the light blinks. That means that the door is locked. Okay, and we are going to go inside the truck stop. So here we go. Actually, one thing I want to show you guys on the way in is I'll show you the inside of the reefer, what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to stand out of the sun here a little bit so you guys can see. So normally when I have a load, which I don't right now, it's empty, but when I have a load, this here, you could put a lock on this, or usually what happens is the shipper will issue a seal to go on this, and either they or I will put the seal on it. And the seal has a serial number, which matches the number that's on the paperwork, so that they can tell if the load's been tampered with. And so, of course, the seal isn't a lock, so you could just rip it off. Doesn't really keep it secure. It just lets them know if the load has been tampered with. So as long as that seal's intact with the same number on it, they know that the seal has not been broken, and so the door hasn't been opened. Because in order to open the door, you got to flip this up, so that you could move this out and pull it out, because that's what keeps the door shut. So without being able to move this up with that seal in place, this handle isn't going anywhere. Okay, so that keeps it all sealed. And this door over here, it's got the same thing on it, but this wouldn't really keep it secure on this side, because you always put it on this door, because this door has to be opened before this door can be opened. It's always the right door that has to be opened first. That's the way it's designed. So the right door overlaps the left door a little bit, so it keeps it secure. So this is what the inside of a reefer looks like. On the inside here, you got these bags that act like that are like ducts. They're soft ducts basically, and the air blows from the reefer unit in the front and down the bags on each side, and comes out the the back here. And along the seam on the bags here, where the bags connect to the ceiling, it's not really airtight, so a little bit of air seeps out through there as well, so it kind of just keeps the whole trailer cold. But they want a majority of the air to come to the back because the reefer unit's up there, so that's where it's the coldest. And they want to be able to circulate the air to make it more even throughout the trailer. And then what that's going to do is, because the air is sucked in from the reefer in the front, it creates a low pressure in the front, which sucks the high pressure coming out over here back to the front, and it keeps the circulation going through the trailer. So that's what that is. These are load locks here. These are used to help secure the load. I'll show you how those work in another video sometime. But anyways, that's what the inside of a reefer trailer looks like. I know that's kind of off topic a little bit from what I said this video would be about, but just a little extra tidbit there. This is a truck scale here that we're walking across. Trucks come on this to get weighed, and you see the different platforms here, so it can weigh all the different axles, because there's not only a gross weight limit of 80,000, but each axle also has its own legal limit that they're allowed to have on them. I'll talk more about that on another video. Yeah, anyways, we're going to go into the truck stop here. These are all the fuel islands here where the trucks can come and fuel up and fill their tanks. Now, most of the large chains have loyalty cards that they issue us. It's kind of like a Fred Meyer or a Safeway card, except for when we fuel up, we get points for fueling, and then we also get the points we can spend in the store on merchandise, but then we also get like shower points, and some of the truck stops offer like free drink refills with a fill up too, but for every fill up that's 60 gallons or more, we get a shower credit. So in here you see a lot of accessories for truckers. Now these are toys to bring home to your kids, or maybe you just like the models and you put them at home in your room, display them in your living room or whatever, or in your bedroom, hobby room, man cave, whatever. But lots of truck accessories in here. Lights. We have stuff here that would comfort amenities for truckers. Appliances, vacuum cleaners, ovens or little stoves, coffee pots, portable refrigerators. I got one built into my truck, so I don't need one of those. I've had trucks before that didn't, though, so they come in handy for those. Anything a truck driver could possibly want, you can buy at these truck stops. And these are the showers. You get, little shower rooms here. So anyways, enough about this. Over here they have most truck stops have a little apparel section that's benefited to truck drivers. And they even have stuff for kids here, because some truck drivers, they bring their kids, or maybe they want to buy a gift for their kids to go home when they come home. And speaking of gifts, there's always a little bit here, but this is January. But in December, November and December, there was a lot of toys in here because, of course, just like the big stores, they're trying to target truck drivers who have kids at home that don't have time to go shopping at Walmart or Costco or Fred Meyer. So they stock stuff in here at a premium price, I might add. But some of this stuff isn't too bad, like these blankets here. They're not much more expensive than what you buy them in the store. And of course, truckers need blankets to put in their sleepers. And then, of course, we got a convenience store over here, little gift shoppy things, and food and whatever else you might want. Most truck stops have a restaurant or two attached to them. This one has an Arby's. And so here, you can go in here, and it's basically just an Arby's in the truck stop. And they have TVs. Now, most truck stops have a driver's lounge. This one does not have that, so I'll show that at another one. But Since this one doesn't have one, I guess they put the TVs in here. But the Truckers Lounge is usually a place where it's a dark room, like a theater, with comfortable seats where drivers can go in. They usually have a big screen TV that we can watch and just kind of relax during our off time, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You find everything you'd find in a convenience store, but plus a little bit more stuff that's catered to truckers, you know. There's restrooms over there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is cute. There's a little toy toolkit for kids that you can buy for your kids. It's like cheap tools, you know. Make them feel important. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's a truck stop, you know. And one nice thing about truck stops that a lot of people don't think about is that they have a lot of garbage cans. Every pump island is equipped with a garbage can, and then they have others throughout the parking lot. Because we always have to have a place to throw stuff away. You know, we generate garbage just like anyone else does, but we don't have a garbage collector service that comes and gets it for us. So the truck stops help to serve that purpose, and that's really nice and convenient, you know, that they do that. And I'm sure they do that to help attract. You know, truck stops are big business. You know, we spend a lot of money at these places, in addition to the fuel that we buy, but also all the creature comforts they offer. Some of them are complimentary, you know, for you know, to just attract drivers to their truck stop as opposed to the competition. But others are, you know, we pay for, you know, that. So, anyways, yeah. So back to the truck for now. I mean, I'm just going back to, normally I'd spend more time just walking around the store, but, you know, I don't want to bore you guys with that, so I'm going to go back to the truck and, you know, so that we can tie up this video. I don't want to make it too terribly long. What are we at now? Oh, wow, 12 minutes already. Yeah, it's amazing how fast the time goes. So now I'm going to get back in the truck. And I'll show you the showers sometime. The showers are actually pretty nice. It's a little room that you walk into it's a private room. You get a key or a code, usually if it's an electronic lock, and you go in there. It locks behind you, so you have privacy. There's a toilet in there, a sink, and a shower, and usually they're pretty nice. Some of them are a little bit more seedy than others, but usually they're pretty nice, pretty clean kept, because, you know, that's part of the attraction for drivers to come there. I mean, they really work to attract drivers to their stop as opposed to the competition. It's a pretty competitive business, but that's good for us, right? Us truck drivers. They're competing for our business. So, yeah, now, like I said earlier, normally we get a shower with every 60 gallon. You know, oftentimes we don't even have time to take a shower because we're in a rush. So, you know, we get points built up, and they expire after 7 days. Shower credits do. So, you know, you can't save up too many of them because, you know, they just won't last. But I've accumulated usually about 5 or 6 at a time. You know, I have rotating through at any given time. So, you know, of course, when you use a shower credit, if you got multiples on there, they always use the oldest one first. So, you know, the more recent ones you got will still last their full 7 days. And then, of course, if you're just a Joe Schmo off the street that doesn't buy fuel, or you don't have a loyalty card for some bizarre reason, I don't know why you wouldn't, with all the benefits you get from one, or you just fuel somewhere else that's cheaper that doesn't offer showers. Some companies make their drivers fuel at cheap places that don't offer all the perks that these big chains do. Then in that case, you have to buy your showers, which costs about anywhere from $10 to $15 per shower, which is kind of spendy. That can get expensive really fast. But I used to work for a company that did that. They only wanted me to fuel at little mom and pop places that didn't offer showers because they had cheaper fuel rates. And that's not all in all a bad thing. I mean, one of the perks that they gave me as a company, because they have that requirement, is they said, you know, if you need a shower, go to one of the big truck stops that have showers, just buy a shower, charge it to your company card, because they explain that it's a lot cheaper. They save a lot more in fuel by fueling at these cheaper places than what a shower costs them. So, you know, if they can have us fuel at the cheaper places with and they buy us a shower, you know, 3 or 4 times a week, you know, that's cheaper than even if we do it every night. I guess that still saves them money, you know, the price. I mean, when you think about the quantity that of fuel that you're buying, you know, for these trucks, I mean, these trucks take you know, 300-400 gallons, you know, of fuel for you know, to fill them up. So that's a lot of fuel. You're talking, you know, $500-600, $700 to fill them up, you know. So just a few cents per gallon savings, that adds up to a lot when you're buying in those kind of quantities. So anyways, that is the tour of the truck stop, and I guess until next time, I will see you later. I'll turn this thing off.